Do you know what I'd love to do? I'd love to sit in a room with Meghan Markle. And that's not to have a catch up or a cuppa or two. It will be simply to look her directly in the eye and ask her what it is she has done. Off her own merit, on her own 2 feet, what is it that she has created which gives her the qualifications to speak so elite? As she preaches to the world about feminism and equality, as she speaks to us all about how we should treat another kindly. What is it? Please give me an example. No word salad, please. Look me direct in the eye and tell me what it is that got you here speaking to me about how I should live my life. Because what I see, and here's the problem, it doesn't translate through the screen. She speaks all these words, she decorates these stages, she makes the aesthetic so great. But what is it that she is gave? Because what I see in her whole story is starting with her dad, a man who stepped up when the mom, the woman, stepped down. He propelled her, he loved her. Holidays, proms, the best schools, travelling to the UK while she young. He, being a lighting director, an Emmy Award nominated lighting director, naturally would get her through the back door, in the circles, mixing with the ones who would lift her some more. That was her dad who gave her that voice, that step up. To which she met Trevor, another man in her life, a producer, well accomplished, stood on his own 2 feet. Then Meghan comes along. Suits, here you go. Not saying it was all on him, but she was in those circles based off her dad, based off Trevor. She was there. Yet still looking for a man, a rich man in the UK, to help her along the way, her next step in life. So why, as a woman, do I have to look at her, speak so grand, speak so well of herself, when actually all I see in front of me is someone built up on a stage based off someone else? That's what I'd like to ask Meghan Markle. Because even when she got the biggest stage of them all, and she found another man to transport her to her next phase in life, and she continued to speak to us about what it is to be kind whilst we were watching her speak to us about feminism and equality. As we watched her go for the biggest target, the biggest feminist I've ever seen in my life, the Queen, 70 plus years of reign. Hard work, dedication gave, sacrifices made, all in her family's name. A young woman who lost her dad, who had to step into a role where no doubt in a time men would have looked at her and judged, in doubt. But she stepped up to the plate. She knew this was her challenge she needed to take, and she made them double look. And she wiped those smirks off their face, and she continued to learn, humble in growth, as she took strength from all around her as she learnt the ropes. To the point where, in her final days, and when she comes to say goodbye and London Bridge was down, we watched grown men queue for 9 to 10 hours to weep by her side as they looked at her coffin to salute and say goodbye. Now that is a moment, that is a woman, that is brave and strong. That is someone who deserves to stand on a stage to say that is me and I am great. But here's the thing, in those years of learning, she understood that that will be gross to do, gross to claim, because no one wants to see anyone stand on a stage and exclaim. Because sometimes it's all right, just those people knowing and you knowing, and that's okay, the unsaid, the unspoken, but that's something you've not really learned in these years since you and Harry were awoken, you know? I want to know what it is that you have independently done that qualifies you to speak to a whole kingdom, a whole globe, how we and everyone else should treat you and them. You know? So yeah, you just got me, because I feel like there's a mass difference in translation in what she speaks, in what she sees in herself, to what people, the people she's actually speaking to, see in her. And it seems to me that mirror, mirror on the wall, Meg's not so much a feminist after all.